All right, guys, so here's the deal. This year, we are going to switch things up a bit. I am doing my full episodes. We released season 1 and season 2, and now we're getting into season 3. But rather than just dump the episodes on there and then they're wrapped up with sponsorships and advertising, I'm going through and I'm cutting them out, and I'm also doing a little bit of, backstory, commentary, and things like that where it makes sense. So hope you enjoy this episode. You guys have already seen a few of the pieces of this that we released previously under the old format where we did the full episodes and then we released little pieces. Moving forward, what we're going to do is we're going to release these pieces while they're relevant. We're going to release them at the same time, and we're going to cut them different so we can get away with using the same content on YouTube that we use on the network. So anyway, this is me fishing with the guys from TN Moving Waters. A little bit more of it than you've seen in some of the segments. It's not quite the full episode like we released it on TV, and I'm going to cut it up into 2 parts so it's easier to watch. So make sure you watch this part. We catch a couple of great smallmouth, and then make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for part 2 where JG catches a giant smallmouth on this little Tennessee river we're on.
This creek can be kind of small at the beginning, and we actually had to kind of limbo underneath some branches and push some branches out of the way and navigate through some really nice tight water, but just adds to it.
We're going to be going through, shallow sections and then connecting to the deeper holes. And most fish are going to be around the deeper holes because they feel more comfortable in deeper water. When they get real aggressive, they'll swim up on the shoals and chase the minnows in the shallower water. We find some really unusually large smallmouth in these creeks because these creeks we're fishing are connected to really good smallmouth water, be it rivers or lakes. And a lot of these big fish will come up to spawn in the springtime, and then they find such favorable conditions, they'll just live here the rest of their life. A 20-inch creek fish is approximately 16 to 20 years old. So these fish are slow growing and live a long time in this kind of environment.
There's 2 smallmouth that keep swimming up to it and looking at it. I think there's a bed right here. So what I've got here is I've got a bed down here. These fish are not committed to the bed yet, so they're hanging in this cove back here and they're establishing kind of their protected area and they're running stuff off. So this bass will dart at it, trying to spook it off, playing a little game of chicken, but she won't eat it. And so I'm just gonna keep, for lack of a better way of putting it, antagonize her until I get her to eat it. And the buck is down there and he's doing a little swarm. He's establishing kind of a perimeter guard, and the female is staging. She's getting ready so that when she's ready, she can ease into the bed, drop her eggs, the male can fertilize them, and then she'll move on. Well, guys, we got a really big bass right here. We got a buck that's set up on the bed and he's running out, and what he's doing is he's establishing the perimeter. So right now he's concerned about panfish. He's getting them scattered out of the zone. The nest raiders, your lizards, your crawfish, or things like that, they're going to attack those in the second phase. And so right now she's in there swimming and she's basically circling like a shark. If they swim and circle and never stop, they're pretty much uncatchable in my opinion. It's when they swim up to the bait and they look at it and they fan their pec fins at it that they're trying to spook it. That's when they're catchable. But you have to invest the time to agitate them, and we've got a long float and we got a late start. So I'm gonna have to let this girl do her thing and head on down the river looking for some more cooperative fish. But this can be both amazing, fun, and maddening at the same time. And honestly, whether you catch the fish or not, you learn a lot by doing things like this, by just sitting here and observing. And we've got the kayak right on top of it. She's actually swimming under the nose of the boat right now, and that's another one of the great things about kayak fishing. So I'm gonna ease over there and grab my spinner bait, and we're gonna head on down the river.
Oh my God, dude. Keep him on, that's a giant.
Nice.
Huge fish right here. Oh my God,
Nice.
dude. Keep him on, that's a giant. JG's got a monster fish on right here, a good 20-inch plus smallmouth, just hammered a topwater frog, giving him the battle of his life here. Oh, that's a big fish. You want me to land it for you?
Nice.
I got him. I got it. Get him up, dude. I got him. Yes! Woo!
That's the Tennessee two-man landing technique.
Yeah, I saw it. Spawned out. Big fish.
She was in probably 2 feet of water.
That is awesome.
Under a log, came out and just hammered a topwater bait.
Hammered.
Insane bite, insane fight. As Chad like to call it, two-man Tennessee landing.
All right, buddy, let's let this big old female get it back out of here and get back home. Beautiful fish. Pretty tough fight. She's worn out. We'll let her recover here for a second so she'll take off nice and strong. They like to take really good care of these fish. Like I was saying earlier, this is an old fish. This fish is probably at least 15 years old. Under the kayak. There she goes. Yeah, right back home. Beautiful. Good job, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, here we go. Come on. Come here, girl. Oh.
She didn't want to come see you, man.
Man, I love smallmouth. They're little bulldogs.
Say that's a brown fish. That's not a green fish.
Hook. Oh, he's biting me. Yeah. Look at that color. Man, that is a pretty, pretty, pretty fish. And them red eyes. Boys, this is a little slice of heaven right here. You know, I really love to fish for smallmouth. And unfortunately, we haven't done as much of it for the show, primarily because I'm selfish. I really like to keep these smallmouth places to myself. The guys from TN Moving Waters invited me to come out here and shoot an episode, and it was a river I'd never been to. This place is gorgeous. I mean, I can see myself coming to this place and paddling just for the sake of paddling without a rod. But that was the first fish I caught today. I've had 2 misses. But you know, the rod that I'm using is one of our Smallmouth Guru series, or the SMG series, that's designed specifically for smallmouth or moreover for river fishing. It's a little bit slower action, a little bit more bend, gives you a little bit more forgiveness. And as you saw there, when that fish is fighting, going back and forth, that rod's got a little bit more of a parabolic bend to it. Got the split grips, it's lightweight, it's high in graphite. It's got the blank through for extra feel. Just a great series for getting out here on the river. I really like a smaller reel for palming it, so I'm doing a lot of one-hand casting and forearm paddling, and I'm reeling with my finger on the backside for the slow presentations. But that fish just smashed a Zoom horny toad. I'm fishing this on that Mustad impact plastic hook so that you get more use out of the horny toad. You know, a lot of people don't fish horny toads or frogs on the river because there's no vegetation or surface stuff. But here's the deal: these fish are used to hitting little critters, little rats and things that make a scamper across the surface of the water to get to the other side. And nothing better than a Zoom horny toad in a dark color, especially black, even when the sun's high, for catching these fish on these fast-moving rivers.
Got a pretty little creek smallmouth here. Beautiful red eyes. They get these black dots on their belly when they're pre-spawn in the creek for some reason. I don't really know why, but all the pre-spawn fish we catch always have black dots on their belly. That's something me and JG always wanted to do. You know, we really enjoy being outdoors, and decided, why do we want to waste our life, you know, working inside somewhere and not having fun? So we decided to start this about 1.5 years ago. We really put in a lot of time on these streams, you know, exploring and trying to find the best access and all the best points, and we really found some amazing smallmouth, and it's so beautiful. And it's just so much fun to be out here, and everybody we take out here, even before we catch a fish, just has such a good time. All the wildlife and the scenery, and then once you start
You see, that's why I got to go on a diet.
catching the big smallmouth, it's just awesome.
We are a river and stream specialist guide service. We fish only moving water. So we target trophy fish, we do smallmouth bass, we do trout, we do big striped bass, and we also do muskie. And in all these situations, we do everything from wading to good kayak fishing to bigger boats, so we can fulfill anybody's needs. We got somebody that can't necessarily wade or get in a kayak, we can also put them in a bigger boat.
And these boys know the rivers.
These rivers here are so beautiful, and these places that these guys will take you are so pretty. It doesn't matter if you catch a fish.
So we got about a 13, 14 incher, and as you can tell, they still fight at 13 or 14 inches. They raise Cain. Let's get him unhooked here. Get back, go swimming, little buddy. Oh, he's gone.
How far you think we gotta go?
Not too far, a few hundred yards, not
Sweet.
too bad. We can do it.
Let's do it. I'll follow you. It won't make it far without that paddle. You know what, Nick, where I'm from in Louisiana, we got mosquitoes that'll put a seagull in a headlock and beavers that look like little grizzly bears. We ain't got no beavers that are stacking stuff up like that right there. Holy crap.
Well, guys, I hope you like this Tiny Creek, Tennessee smallmouth fishing adventure. So make sure you check out part 2 of the video where JG tangles with a giant. And man, I'll tell you what, I love fishing these rivers. Hope you guys like this format. Give the video a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I can't thank you guys enough for all your support. We'll see you next time.